hop flavor and smell in yeast.
So you're on the porch, you're taking a walk, you're going down to the stream, down to the creek, down to the lake.
Just go be dirty, but it's so structured. This is so not punk rock.
The best beer in the world takes time.
Good morning. It's January 24th, 2019. I'm pretty sure it's a Thursday. The water in my building is out, so I haven't showered. We're gonna be brushing our teeth with... Union Jack, because it's National Can Day. This is Marta. You've seen her in some of my other videos, I'm sure. She's visiting for the week and she's going to be helping me do some really fun things. Or maybe not fun. They could be embarrassing. Who knows? Ow. I just broke my nail. Why life? Yeah. I was really excited to try Union Jack again because I hadn't had it in a really long time. I know it's a lot of people's like go-to beverage, and it's good. It really is a really nice, solid beer. A little more smidge for you. I'll cheers with this. Cheers.
This is good.
I think so. It's refreshing. Nice malty backbone. It just does everything you want, and it's got enough bitterness to really cut through all the grime of me not brushing my teeth. Okay, so we have some news, some good stuff, some fucking bad stuff, and some interesting things. First up, I want to say thank you to Norwin for giving me this information. This is cool and terrifying. Camp Anarchy is a punk rock concert festival that Anheuser-Busch is 100% sponsoring. They set up a little craft beer tent to make it seem like they're doing craft beer things, and they really push that, like, ooh, craft beer tent. It's in Ohio, so of course Brewdog is going to be there, and there's some other interesting breweries. If you want to pay extra and be in that craft beer tent, go for it. But I just want to point out that the entire thing is sponsored by AB InBev. Whatever, it's great branding, Fatheads, cool. VIP lounge, just go be dirty, but it's so structured. This is so not punk rock. It's not punk. Sponsors. Oh, Michelob Ultra. That's also AB InBev. Michelob Ultra, Spike Seltzer Water, Budweiser itself. So basically, and I'm assuming, but I've been to enough fucking festivals, I think I know what's going on here. There's just going to be the like main stuff, Michelob Ultra and the Salsa Water and Budweiser. Those are going to be cheap and available everywhere all the time. If you want craft beer, you have to go into the craft beer garden. So that'll kind of be lame. But you know what? Fuck it. It'll probably be interesting enough for people that don't get out and don't do anything and don't give a shit about life. This will be a cool thing for you. I like how you kind of looked up like, maybe this is for me. Oh, goodness. Here's another exciting one for you, Marta. In Thailand, they'll be opening their first Taco Bell and selling some beer.
How is that exciting for me? I don't eat Taco Bell.
Meanwhile, in Australia, one bar in Adelaide said that when temperatures went over 55 degrees Celsius, they would hand out free beer. That is today.
So why are we here?
And not in Australia? Please, I do not want to be in a place that is that hot. I would like a place that has running water, though. I mean... Next topic, let's go back over to the United States and take a look at hop farmers, hop growth, that beautiful plant that gives this Union Jack its bitterness and zesty pine aroma. But did you know that hops grown on U.S. soils alone guzzle a staggering 26 billion gallons of water every That's year. That works out to about 50 pints of water per beer. So 50 pints of water per pint of beer, not to mention all the carbon costs that it takes to like actually transport the hops and all that kind of stuff. So needless to say, you know, industry is not always the most environmentally friendly. There are some researchers that are looking to change that. So let's talk about hops for a second. Hops are covered in little tiny hair-like appendages called trichomes. Trichomes, yeah. The same structures that are responsible for THC and they're closely related to marijuana, as I'm sure a lot of you know. The trichomes produce oil, and that's full of the bittering flavor. They're called terpenes. That's where you get the name of some fun beers. That's what we love in beer, right? Are those terpenes. Like vintages of wines, though, hops that are grown on different soils with different climate, they can vary, and so can the terpenes, right? So, researchers in Kiesling's lab at the University of California at Berkeley set out to engineer hop flavor and smell in yeast. I know, wacky, but it's interesting. So summing up all the science for you, they used CRISPR to introduce genes from mint and basil, and they've tweaked a few of the yeast's own genes. The resulting yeast were brewed to resemble Lagunitas pale ale. And they used that brewery. Apparently they taste tested it, and taste testers actually found more terpenes, more of that hop aroma and flavor in the genetically modified beer. Little freaky part of it, though, is that they don't have to put that on the label if they're going to be using genetically modified yeast. Because there are no regulations for it, basically. Beer brewed with genetically engineered yeast does not invoke GMO labels or regulations, but if you did brew your beer with regular yeast, but you use sugar that was genetically modified, then you'd have to put GMO on the label. If hop-free hoppy beer is made possible by this lab and it's on shelves, then it'll be kind of just up to brewers whether or not they want to say that they're using that GMO yeast in their beer, kind of up to their discretion. There are yeast and wine, yeast that's been genetically modified is used in the cheese industry and the wine industry, and so we do consume it often anyway. Yeast is a fantastic scientific, I want to say product, but it's not an animal, it's a thing, and a lot of gene modification goes on with yeast, so keep an eye on that one. Also, you can't, because it won't be on the labels, so maybe you already are drinking it. Who knows? I don't care. I'm for it. Another thing I'm absolutely for is grocery stores being able to have beer over 3.2% ABV. That's apparently a novelty. Until last October, Oklahoma couldn't do it, and neither could Colorado or Kansas, but now they've all been jumping on, and they can all do that. The only two left in the United States of America where they're regulating such a ridiculous fucking thing is Minnesota and Utah. Dead zones. Dead zones. If you live there, I'm sorry for you. Next up, I have a fun fact. Except for they changed that in 2011, so just keep that in mind. If people come at you with that kind of shit like, oh, Russia thinks that beer is a soda. Yeah, they changed it. They're not, it took a while. They just didn't care. It's one of those, like, under the radar kind of things. So, just letting you know.
Beer is soda.
Oh, speaking of Trump, pro-Brexit, inward-looking, motherfucking interesting man, Tim Martin. He is the CEO, owner, I don't know, of Witherspoons. He's a very prominent, loud-spoken supporter of the UK, of Britain leaving the European Union, and he's been making waves over there. I'm sure all of my UK friends are aware of this one. I'd love to hear more from you what you think about it, though. So he's gone through and he's ditching most drinks from the European Union out of their stores. They're focusing more on UK brands. So the chain's 880 outlets will be pulling a lot of their European brands, but don't worry, they're going to be keeping Stella Artois because that wife-beater beer is essential to UK culture. Whatever. Moving on. Next bit of news fucking blows. Yesterday, announced on Twitter that Zippo, amazing man, worked for Stone Brewing. He really pioneered. He helped open up Stone Brewing's Berlin location. He was the reason why I think I enjoyed Stone beers on occasion. Him and I had hung out at a couple different festivals. Yeah, all of that. I mean, reminiscing aside, he's an amazing man. He passed away over the weekend, and it is extremely unfortunate to see someone with that kind of a shining light move on to the greater plane of existence, greater plane of learning, and the great drinking hall in the sky. And I hope to see him again. Fuck yeah. I hope there's an afterlife, because motherfucker owes me a beer. He's a sweetheart. Sad to see him go. God bless. Send your love to his family for sure. I'm sure they're hurting. He's just a big-hearted man. I was trying to explain it to my friend yesterday about it. He's just one of those guys who, like, even drinking, he just never really got creepy. He's not, like, ever gonna be a weird drunk beer bro. He always is just, you could see him in a whole room of people, just like a shining, very down-to-earth, chill guy with a lot of knowledge and a lot of skill and really good at what he does, so. So, moving on from that, yesterday we talked about Michael Jackson, the beer legend, not the white-gloved guy. And today I wanted to put in another little bug in your ear to give yourself some education about people in the industry that are fucking awesome. Charlie Papasan. He's the guy who talks about listening to your beer. Using all your five senses. He's been in the industry forever. He really pioneered home brewing. His whole slogan was like, relax, have a home brew. If you read his book, that's all. Just relax, have a beer, you'll get through brewing, don't you worry. He's been working with the Brewers Association for over 40 years. He's just a complete legend. He's a saint within the industry. So check out this video on the Brewers Association's website, and you know what I'm saying, because he's great. Mad props to that guy, and I hope Life is Brutiful does a piece on him soon, because I'm sure that will also be really interesting and educational for all of us. I love learning new things about people in my industry. All of that being said, I'm going to leave you with a sales pitch, but I have it sped up to 1.5 speed because I hate slow sales pitches, and also it's kind of funnier. I want you to watch this and then let me know if you think this is something that we should have on morning beer. Should we buy this? Do we all need this? Should I buy it in bulk and then we could all have some? Let me know, because it could be good or not. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Because let's face it, you know, a lot of your bottles now, I had one because we're out on the boat all the time, and I got one and I thought it was a toy stop. Well, it wasn't, okay? And let me tell you, it is so hard to then just track down something that's going to open it for you, because, you know, a lot of us don't even have bottle openers anymore, you know? Now you're going to have your bottle opener. It's going to be quick and easy. It just snaps it right off, but I'm just amazed at the extras that come with it. It's almost like, you know, this is really an ensemble cast here.
It is.
You know, there are multiple stars to this set, because this may be considered the star, but for me, the chillers, I love these chillers. Those are going to keep it cold, get it cold, keep it cold. You get two of those, and look at how beautiful these are, those stainless steel cups as well. So you take off the top, right?
Yeah, so the one thing I forgot to mention, I'm so sorry, this is actually the coolest part. So it's not just a chill stick that keeps it cold and makes it cold, but it's also drink through. So you can actually drink through it. So you don't have to take it out when you drink. So you can be on the boat with your girlfriends or floating down the stream, you know, on a raft, going somewhere, and it's really nice. And then you can take that.